Welcome back to your live continuing coverage of CES 2018 here at the Las Vegas Convention Center. We are live high atop Central Hall. It is a lot of fun. It's amazing. It's an unbelievable show. This is the greatest tech show in the entire world, and we're bringing it to you as an official media partner. We're so proud of that. We're so happy to give you wall-to-wall coverage at BeTerrific TV on all social media. I'm Michael Artsis. Thanks so much for joining us. You are the Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special. You can join us in our Twitch chat. That is twitch.tv/BeTerrific. You can also send us an email, connect@BeTerrific.com. For that, you join our Slack chat. We'll send you an invite to join our Slack chat, real-time communication between us, you, and the rest of the Terrifics 24 hours a day, and that's all free. Don't forget, download our Apple TV app, our app on Roku, Android TV, and Amazon Fire. Of course, watch us all over the place. Facebook, Twitch, and of course, all the Cumulus partner stations. And we're on television in Connecticut, WTXX and WRTN. All right, wherever, whyever you're watching, thank you so much for joining us. I've got some great guests here. Now, you guys are from my favorite store ever. The store is B&H Photo in New York.
That's correct.
I've got Michael and Dana here. You guys do social media marketing, and we know you well. We know the store well. Probably 99% of this gear comes from B&H. We have a great relationship with the store on a corporate level, so when you're buying in bulk, you can go corporate. When you're buying by yourself, just go online and get great deals, bhphoto.com, bhphoto.com.
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 That's right.
Now, you guys walk around this show. What have you seen trend-wise that you see as a trend for CES 2018?
I'll start. So, I mean, an overall trend for the show last year and this year is just kind of everything getting more connected. Your connected home is now connected to your connected car. Your refrigerator is connected to your TV connected to your doorbell. Just an overall connected ecosystem throughout your life.
So I see the trend. I agree with you, and we had a funny joke on set the other day by a guy named Alex Very from Mad Cats who said, I just want to know, can Amazon put Alexa in one more product? But I love it. And the idea is that I think across the board we're making our lives more efficient. Whether it's 3D printing that's printing products, we saw metals being printed that actually could go being used in cars and airplanes right away, cutting the time to market all the way down. Or if we see it's Amazon Alexa or Google Home or it's Apple HomeKit that helps us turn our lights on and off more efficiently. Whatever it is, I see efficiency across life, home, work, and even play.
Yes.
Sounds right.
Now, what about the different cool things you've seen? Because you have to have seen something amazing. I saw the 3D printer that prints metal. I saw wireless charging that from 15 feet can give you a full charge on your cell phone in an hour and a half. Wireless, not putting it on a conduction pad. I mean wireless. You put it in the same room as you, and you're 15 feet from it, talking on the phone, and it's charging.
That's how we need it.
Start with Aibo.
Sure, yeah. Checking out the Sony booth, you know, they have had this concept of Aibo, which is a robotic dog, a companion, and they're really turning the corner and perfecting this to be really exciting. And it's very big overseas and very popular, and they're showcasing it here at CES. And it is just an adorable dog robot that you know, is intoxicating to engage with. It looks at you, you look back at it, it reacts to you. So very cool to see that, and we've seen plenty of other robots and you know, automated things. But the dog taking it to this level on a consumer point was very interesting. Very cool.
It was really the engagement in the eyes and all that stuff that really sold it for you. You're a dog lover, though, I believe.
Of course, who's not?
You adopt dogs?
Sure,
yeah,
of course.
And that's a good way to do it. But this is also good to let people get to see the responsibility of a dog before actually having a dog. Plus, it's fun. It can be a toy.
Right.
Yeah. What are you shooting with, the A7R2?
This is the A7R3.
3, wow.
Yes, very recently announced. Sony's definitely highlighting it. I got the 24-70 G Master lens on here. Very exciting tech inside this camera. Kind of bridges the gap from the R2, which was super popular, and then the very high-end A9. So I played with the A9 for a little bit and saw in the R3 all the things I loved incorporated into it. And it's an amazing camera. A lot of fun to play with, and some great updates.
And what about for you? What was the coolest tech you saw?
I'm kind of a big fan of what GoPro did with the Fusion, like taking like a 360 concept. I'm not a 360 video lover. I don't care about VR or anything like that, but the ability to shoot in 360 and then like the overcapture feature of then editing, like reshooting your video from the 360 footage on a flat plane. I liked that concept a lot, and I mean, I like the concept of being able to see what's in my refrigerator on my phone. I'm constantly forgetting things at the grocery store, and if I can just look in there, everybody now.
Everybody?
Well, but wait a second. Why don't you use like Amazon Fresh or Fresh Direct or something? Then you don't even need to worry about what's in your fridge. But I guess you can look at what's in your fridge first and then make the order.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big sound fan, so seeing different like home entertainment, like sound systems and stuff is always a fun experience for me. The Earthquake sound booth had a ridiculous Dolby Atmos display going on that really kind of rocked the seat.
Have you seen Kev's speakers? We got to get you into Kev's suite. They've got $80,000 speakers here, and it's unbelievable. If you'd like to see that, because you guys are tech geeks like me, then I can get you in there. A friend of mine is with Kev America. I got to tell you, you guys got to be hard to impress because you see everything. And even, I think what people don't understand is B&H as a store carries pretty much everything. And if you don't carry it, you're at least aware of it because you've probably said, we don't want this or it's not a good fit. And there are things that aren't a good fit, right? How is the decision process for the buyers? And I don't know if you're part of that, but I know that you at least know what goes on. How do they sit there and figure out what will work for the consumer base and what won't?
So, I mean, we are known for photo and video, but we carry a very wide variety of products, from photo, video, audio, home entertainment, computers, VR, gaming, and like at all of the trade shows, this one, NAB, a couple in Europe, we have our team of buyers come out and meet with new vendors to try to find products that they feel our audience and our customer base would be interested in.
I think they do a great job. It's almost like they curate the store. And I think it's just phenomenal. Talk to me about, the technology that we have packed in here. You guys pack into a studio at B&H and do live shows a little bit, but more importantly, do a lot of training, and you do a lot of how-to videos, and you do a lot of tech reviews and unboxings. Talk about how you make that happen in your own studio. I don't think anybody's ever peeled back the curtain.
Yes, so we're all professionals at B&H. We all have our own craft and specialize in something, so you can always find someone who's like-minded that's able to relate to your questions and answer them efficiently, and if they don't know them, they have somebody right next to them who does. We package everything together in a really nice way, from service to content to prices. Everything is a great experience, whether you're in store, which is quite unbelievable, all the way to the web, and then on social media as well.
When you think about bringing a camera out here, I mean, I'm sure you could take any camera in the store, right, that's sold in B&H. How much thought goes into what camera you're going to take and for the reason why you're going to take it?
Awesome question. I love this one. So, of course we want something lightweight, and a lighter camera that's going to have the right quality. There's a lot of varied light in this show. Everyone has a different type of light bulb, so you're going to want something with good ISO. So I'm a very big fan of Sony. They're lightweight. Choosing the right lens is kind of more of the question, because I think I know what camera I'll bring. And you do want something lightweight, and I don't like to carry too many lenses on my back for a 12-hour show.
So I know that for video, the A7S Mark II runs through batteries pretty quickly.
Yes.
Does it do the same for photo for the R3, and do you need to carry a lot of batteries?
Gotcha. My favorite thing about the R3 is that they took the battery design out of the A9, and it is quite impressive. I used to carry 4 batteries for my A7S II, and there was nothing wrong with that, but I was just used to them unloading. I only need 1 battery to get through an entire day.
Wow.
It's really impressive. I do photo, I do video. I set it up for time-lapse for a while. The battery just keeps lasting.
So it's a mirrorless camera, shoots a high ISO with very little grain. It's a full-frame sensor, and you can also do video as well on it. If you really want to go video on a DSLR size format and you're looking at Sony, the A7S Mark II is really the way to go, and is tremendous and has even more low light capability on the video side. On the photo side, you really want to stick with the R if you're going to strictly shoot photos. Am I
yes.
right?
Yeah. Yes. Perfect.
The R2 and the R3 are still very capable video.
Right.
In video, though, but yes.
And I like that you can get the hot shoe or cold shoe adapter to go XLR in if you're going to be shooting video on either this or the A7S Mark II. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about the technology we have packed into this set real quick. We've got, so it's kind of cool. We designed this, first of all, so that, I shouldn't say this, but we can kind of skirt all union fees. We can walk in the front door, and it folds up, and it's all toolless, so we can build it ourselves. The lights are light enough and don't draw enough wattage to signal that they need to come light it for us. These are Generate lights from B&H. They're very reasonably priced. When we started BeTerrific, we were very shoestring, and we couldn't afford a ton of stuff, so we were looking at the different kinds of lights, and we used the Generate lights. Then we go to the backdrop. We've got an Elite screen, rear projection screen, about $110 for each one of these, and we're rear projecting with short throw projectors that are Epson short throw projectors. I think they're the 585Ws. They do 1200 by 800 resolution, and we're about maybe 2 feet from the screen, and we're getting a pretty big image. It's 10 feet by 7 feet tall. So that's pretty cool. Then we got communication on set, and to our entire crew with Unity Intercom using Mac Mini as the server. The Mac Mini is in the cloud at Mac Stadium, and we use iOS devices to communicate with LTE in them, so iPads, iPhones, to talk back to everybody. You can individually talk to each person or talk to a group of people. It's a full IFB system. You can put program audio in there like television. We've got Ptz Optics for the robotic cameras. You guys are very familiar with the Ptz Optics. They're very affordable. They have a price point about $1,800 for the most expensive camera, and those also do PoE, and they do NDI now. We're using SDI, and we're actually powering the cameras. We've got an FS5 over here for the beauty shot on my camera. It's actually so that we can break that off and go do stuff offset. We also have another crew at the Sands that's offset with an FS5 as well.
What's the lens on there?
And this serves as a backup. That's actually, so you want to know something great? I made a great deal. I bought 5 of those for BeTerrific this summer from B&H when their $6,000 camera. With that lens, it's like $6,500. That's the kit, quote unquote, lens, but it's a good lens, okay? You then got a $1,000 rebate per camera. I got a better price from B&H on top of it, and you got the speed booster adapter so we can use Canon EF mounts on them. So I put it all together at the exact right time. We got these cameras for about $4,200 each after the rebate with the speed booster adapter. So we have the we also bought Sigma 18 to 35 art lenses 1.8, and we put those on the on there, and we have a ton of Canon EF glass. But for this, we went with the f4 Sony kit lens. That's the 18 to 110, I believe. And then we've got it all tricked out with all the other stuff. We go into Atomos recorders a lot, the Shoguns. Actually, so I'll tell you the rest of the setup in a second, but we're using the Atomos recorders in this workflow. Now, also, we were going to ISO each camera here just in case, but I said, you know what, that's too much workflow. So ISO record would have been putting a Samurai at each camera here, recording it. In case I didn't like any of these shots, we could go re-edit it, and we recorded in ProRes 422 with the Atomos Samurai. Then we go from the cameras right into live view packs. These are LU 500s. We're going to get 600s soon. They're just rolling out. The 600s will have HEVC, that's H.265, better and faster encoding time. So we take these packs, they're cellular bonding. They put 9 cell cards and it crosses the stream. Like they say in Ghostbusters, don't cross the stream. We cross the stream, and we send 9 cell cards out, and we can augment that with hardwired internet and even Wi-Fi as well. And we send that back to our facility in New Jersey. We call it Mission Control. We then put it into a Blackmagic 20 by 20 video router, and we send it to the switcher. We send it to a secondary switcher for redundancy, and then we send the switcher outputs back into the router, and then we route them to also to the master control, which puts it on air, and maybe a couple other outputs and a couple backups. We also route each camera to a, after it comes in, to a Shogun, an Atomos Shogun for recording each camera ISO in 4K. And then when it gets to the switcher, we use a Mac Pro running Boot Camp, running Windows, and we run live stream studio software on that. I figured out how to make that work because Thunderbolt on Windows side of Macs doesn't work. I got it to work. We also build our own custom switchers that we run live stream studio software on, and we've been using a lot of Production Truck from Blue Frame Technology as well that runs natively on Mac and is phenomenal. Anyway, so here we're using live stream studio, and then we use the Blackmagic Ultra Studio monitors over Thunderbolt and Ultra Studio recorders to in and output SDI and HDMI. And we're also using the Blackmagic Quad Decklink card in a Sonnet box that changes the Decklink card 8 SDI in or out, selectable, We're doing 2 of those, so 16 in or out over Thunderbolt into the Mac Pro. We're then feeding another feed in a loop program feed and some graphics in through a Mac Mini and Pro Presenter. And then these are controlled by Pro Video Player 3 from Renewed Vision, which also makes Pro Presenter on a Mac Pro in the back. I think that's about it.
What a setup.
And I've seen the studio in New Jersey with the remote switching and the remote streaming. It's impressive.
Thank you.
I need to see Mission Control.
You do have to see Mission Control.
It's impressive.
It's pretty amazing.
Impressive.
And we're building out 2 more Mission Controls at Madison Square Garden and redoing our Mission Control in New Jersey as we build out 2 new studios at Madison, right above Madison Square Garden. It's going to be amazing. We're rolling out a whole slew of new content, starting right after CES, but really kicking off March 1st. And then the one thing I forgot to tell you was that we do have a roving crew with the cellular pack out on their camera running around the sands right now, and they run around all the conventions, and we can break this one off in the most amount of flexibility and put it on one of the cell packs and go out. Now, when we lost power here at Central Hall yesterday, because all this stuff runs on battery, we were able to stay on the air, and cellular, we were able to stay on the air. And so that was pretty amazing. And then, of course, when the power came back up, we were great.
Yes, the great CES blackout of 2008.
Yes.
Legendary year.
So, what do you guys think of this setup? Basically, it's like a B&H store in a box.
It's perfect, super efficient. To hear how you guys are conducting is incredible.
And then we've got the Terrifics in the chat, and I saw before that Janny, who's watching in Finland, wanted to know what your favorite product you've ever sold in B&H is.
My favorite product that I've ever sold, that I own, I mean, I just bought a new Sony a7R II, and I can't stop using it.
How about for you?
I'm a photo guy, so I got to stick with the photo. But I think this lens has been the biggest game changer for me. It's a 2.8, 24-70 G-Master lens.
I'll answer. My favorite product ever bought from B&H was my first video camera ever. It was a Sony DSR PD150.
I'm well aware of the PD150.
Mini DV camera, and I shot so much content on that camera.
Many hours. I've spent.
And it was my first, and then I bought an Avid from B&H. I've been a B&H customer a long time. That was 1998. And I shot movie premieres. I shot the movie premiere from Minority Report, interviewed Tom Cruise and Steven Spielberg with that camera.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Look how far we've come.
Yes. Yeah. Tell me about the history of B&H. B&H started, I believe, in the 70s in New York City. It was on the east side, I believe, and then it moved to the west side. It's on 9th Avenue and 34th Street now.
Yeah. We've been in business for about 40 plus years. We started down on 17th Street. Was our location in between. We're up on 9th and 34th now. We have a 2-floor superstore, 75,000 square feet with a full warehouse underneath. 2 floors of the coolest stuff that you could see, all run by a trolley-like roller coaster system that brings your products to you up.
It's remarkable. It's actually a tourist destination.
Yes.
You can go see all this stuff go through on conveyor belts, go through the store, and it's just unbelievable. And it's really fascinating to watch. The first time you see it, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
It used to be that you would go in and and back in the day, you'd go, oh, I want this product. They'd bring it up. They'd show it to you. Now, they'll do that if you ask. If not, if you just say, I want this product, then it gets routed through the back and comes out to the register. You don't actually have to see the product until you go to pay for it and receive it. It's truly remarkable. You have a warehouse in, I believe, Brooklyn still, and definitely one in New Jersey.
Yep.
And you guys keep growing. You have a huge online presence. I think the coolest thing is that you do these tech videos, these tech reviews. You also do unboxings, and you really have these like how-to videos that are really, really important for the people at home who want to learn how to use the technology, or if it's the right technology for them. So it's kind of a lot of pre-sales that are done so you can limit or mitigate returns and stuff. The idea is to make customers happy, and I think that was probably how it was started. It was, let's start a photo store that's a little bit different, that makes customers happy. And I believe at one point you were the largest distributor of Kodak film in the late 90s.
We still are.
Still are.
People still buy film.
Wow, but it was like you were doing something like, I don't even want to give a number, but it was hundreds of millions of dollars a year in just film sales, from what I understand.
Yeah, we're at the end of the day, like, we're not caring about like a single sale. We want to make a customer, and we want to make a relationship, and so that our customers trust us and come back to us knowing that we know what we're talking about. Like a lot of our departments at B&H are run by working professionals. Like our video department has video shooters in it. Our photo department has photo shooters in it. So when you come in and you talk to one of those people and you ask them like, oh, what lens do I want to use to shoot this wedding? The person that you are talking to is possibly a wedding shooter. So they're speaking from real world knowledge.
It would be great to have a B&H in every major city so that we could go when we're here and we are like, oh my God, we're missing an Israeli arm. Where can we get, can we overnight it from B&H? Well, we're going to really pay $75 to overnight an Israeli arm. But you do offer free shipping a lot.
Yes, we do.
And it's
coast to coast.
And it's really great. So free shipping. You guys are awesome. You can call, by the way, for help, or you can go online.
Yeah, we have a full live chat department. There's 40 or 50 people in New York that you can sign into our live chat online to talk to, ask questions from anywhere in the world.
It's a place you can get all the stuff you see here at CES.
For real.
What do you think of CES this year? I think it's the best CES ever. It's the most exciting. It's the most fun.
Always the best way to start the year is CES. So we have big things in 18. I'm really excited after this show.
How'd you get to B&H?
I worked for another photo retailer. I've always been a passion hobbyist in photography, and I saw a job listing for social media at B&H Photo, and that was a hit. It was meant to be. I've been here 5 years on the social team.
What's your advice to people who are trying to do social media out there for their companies?
Right? Don't worry about followers and numbers. Engage with whatever audience that you have. And if you're honest and true to your content, the people will come, So don't get stuck in the numbers, the analytics, this and that. Be yourself, do what you got to do, and you're gonna develop a community around that.
Awesome. Good
yes,
advice.
Very good.
How did you get to B&H?
I've been at B&H for almost 11 years now. I started at B&H 2 days after I moved to New York. Yeah, they gave me a job. I was in sales for 7 years. I've been on the social media team for 4 years now, and I just kind of keep growing with the company. I, like you, was a B&H customer. I was like, oh, well, I'm moving to New York. I need a job. I went on their site. They were hiring, and I applied. It was like, I'm going to work at B&H. This is cool. And I have and still do, and I'm excited for the future.
Two great stories, and it's been great to watch B&H grow and hopefully continue to grow. I'm sure it will. People can buy anything they see here. We talk about on set, virtually anything. I don't want to say everything, but almost everything at B&H, especially if it's available on the market. Some of the stuff we talk about is 6 or 8 months out, maybe a year or two even with the cars. But you can buy almost everything at B&H. BHphoto.com, BHphoto.com. That's
Woo.
Michael and Dana.
Hey.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Good times.
Thank you, Michael.
You guys are awesome. This was fun. We'll be back with a whole lot more. Your live continuing coverage of CES 2018 right after this. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.